Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Junior's World of Soul. I am back with a new video representing R&B soul the right way, the authentic way. Now, as y'all can see, I came in with Teddy Riley and Tammy Lucas's Is It Good To You? But before y'all do any of that, like this video, subscribe to Junior's World of Soul, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to represent R&B the right way, you know what I'm saying? So subscribe, share this to people that you know that love R&B music, that would be great, you know what I mean? But back to this, I came in with Teddy Riley and Tammy Lucas's Is It Good To You? And there's a couple of reasons why I came in with this song. It's because, number one, I've been jamming to this song for maybe the last couple of days. But yesterday I went to Baltimore. Out here in Baltimore, they have a festival that they call, I want to pronounce it right, y'all, AFRAM. And Drew Hill performed there, and Teddy Riley performed. Now, Teddy Riley brought out Blackstreet, he did Rex and Effect, and he brought out Guy. And Aaron Hall wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? He was on, Snowman Sunday, you know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. But, I just really want to give Teddy Riley his respect that he's deserved. This dude created a genre, and it's like, to me, I feel like he don't get his well-respected respect. You know what I'm saying? He don't get it, and he's well-deserved of that. Like, it bugs me out that he's just getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I thought that's crazy to me. I'm like, Teddy Riley, the genius that created New Jack Swing, he has worked with everybody, and I mean everybody, and last night proved that it's like he went from every genre, y'all. Like, that's how much of a genius he is. And like I said, that if he's not in your top, you know what I'm saying? If he's not in your top 10 producers of all time, then something is wrong. Like, Teddy Riley built careers. If it wasn't because of New Jack Swing, hip hop soul wouldn't be birthed. You know what I'm saying? It helped hip hop also become mainstream. Like, Teddy Riley is owed a lot. So it's so great for him to finally get his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But, I normally come in with a new joint, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, nah, I gotta come in giving his respect to Teddy Riley, because Teddy Riley is a genius and he deserves all he gets. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of his music was a soundtrack to my life. My parents paid it. You know what I'm saying? He even let my grandparents fall in love with his music. Like, that's how much he crossed ages. You know what I mean? And that's how dope he is. And I just wanted to give him his respect. So respect to Teddy Riley. So great that you getting your long overdue star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and that's why I came in with this song, because this is definitely a song that he produced. He produced this one and he produced the Heavy D version, so that's why I came in with that song. But with all that being said, had to give Teddy Riley his respect. But y'all know what it's all about. It's all about current R&B bangers. Now, if you're new to Junior's World of Soul, current R&B bangers is all about, showing mainstream that R&B is alive and well. We're showing the masses that R&B is alive and well, because mainstream right now really, it's kind of like pushing R&B to the side, so it's hard for like signed and unsigned, R&B artists to really get their respect. So me as a R&B lover, I said, you know what? Instead of me talking on Twitter and saying how mad that I am that people are not getting this respect in R&B, I created a platform. So every week, I give y'all 4 to 6 bangers a week to let y'all know that R&B is alive and well and it's here. You know what I mean? So let's get this started, because I don't want to keep y'all too long today. So I got 4 joints for y'all today, and I'm ready to get this started. So, okay, we coming in with the queen. The queen. Now, if y'all know me, Mary J. Blige is my favorite artist of all time. Like, her music is the soundtrack to my life. Like, I love her. The My Life album is my favorite album of all time. Like, I love Mary J. Blige's music. You know what I mean? She really bridged the gap with hip hop and R&B. My mom is a big R&B soul head and my dad is a hip hop head, so it was easy to play Mary in the house because it was a combine of both. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how she really became my favorite artist. But it was so crazy right now. Mary's glow up is ridiculous right now. Like, it's a beautiful thing just to see, you know, her going through her horrible divorce. You know what I mean? But she's coming out of it. She looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? And then her and Nas has this tour that I'm so excited because I just caught my tickets. I will be at the one in Baltimore. I'm so hyped. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be getting my complete life at this concert because Nas and Mary J. Blige are hip-hop royalty, in my opinion, and that's why they call it the Royalty Tour, because they are the queen and the king. I would have loved to go to the New York show. I really would have, but it's just a lot. So I was like, instead, I'm just going to go to this Baltimore show, and I'm going to show my behind. You know what I mean? But, you know, she came out with Thriving. Kind of, you know, when the tour was announced, her and Nas came out with this song, which I thought was dope. You know what I'm saying? Little knocker that you can just, you know, rock to a little bit. But it was like, okay, Mary, we need an album. We haven't had one since Strength of a Woman. It's been 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Mary is always 2 years or 3 years if she gives you a new album. So I'm like, Mary, I'm waiting on more. What's going on? But can we talk, y'all? Because one thing about me, I am a fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard fan of Mary, but I also have my opinion, what I think. And so when it was time for Mary to come, you know, when she was like, yo, I'm coming out with a new album, be prepared, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? I want something like the Mary album. I really do. I want Mary to kind of take that artistic leap like she did with the London sessions. You know what I mean? Because I love how she said during the London session promo run, how she was like, yo, I felt like I was getting, you know, stuck. And I felt like I had to do that for me artistically. And she did that with the Mary album. And like she said in MJB, the MVP, you know, the commercial world really didn't accept that because they were so used to her hip-hop soul. But that was Mary being an artist. But then when she went back to that with, you know, Family Affair, it was like everybody loved it. You know what I mean? But then when she did the Love and Life, it felt like everybody kind of like shitting on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it went platinum, but it's like the hip-hop soul, this is what y'all love. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? But then she came out with the Breakthrough, and then that was like the biggest seller because, you know, everybody, the commercial world loved Be Without You. So for me, I was like, okay, she did it for London Sessions in 2014. So I'm like, okay, Mary, I would love for you to give me something like that. Like, I would love for her to work with Raphael Sadiq. I would love for her to work with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Like, those are the ones that I want her to get back with Chucky Thompson. Like, and create what she did with the Mary album, which is celebrating the 20th anniversary in about a week. And I just wanted that. So when, you know, this new song, No, came out, and I heard it, I was like, okay, this is the Mary hip hop soul. And I was just like, I was kind of disappointed, but then I had to get out of that and I said, wait a minute, let me listen to this song again because I was so disappointed because I wanted something new and artistic that Mary normally is, you know, that she does. But then I was like, let me get out of that. Mary is known for hip hop and R&B. Let me get out of, you know, get into that bag. And all I gotta say is No is the shit. Like, I kept listening to the record. I love it, I love it, I love it. It took me a minute, you know what I'm saying? Because of course everybody was hitting me like, yo, you heard the new Mary joint? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? But I really didn't give my review like I did when like the London sessions came out. I like was all over my timeline. But this one I was kind of like, I was like, oh, Mary, I wanted something artistic. I wanted more instrumentations. I wanted drum. But this is not where she is. But then I said, get yourself out of what you want and listen to the record. And all I gotta say, Mary did it. Mary did it. I love it. And I was like, yo, when I do current R&B bangers, I gotta talk about the queen. Of course, I gotta talk about this record. She gave us an anthem. You know what I'm saying? Mary is definitely going to give you the anthem, especially when she's going through it. You know what I mean? But this joint is definitely hip-hop soul. I love it. And here's the first joint of current R&B bangers, and here is No. Here we go. Like, this joint is it's a banger, y'all. It really is. So, here we go. Ooh, yeah. No. Woo! Come on. I had to die just to live again? That's some deep-ish right there. Like, one thing about excuse me. Maybe I need to sip. I tried it with that one. But it's like, of course, Mary is gonna give us the anthems that we need. You know what I'm saying? I had to die just to live again. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's just Mary's lyrics. I love how Mary said in the Love and Life DVD, how she said, you know, I see words as colors. And it's like Mary paints this picture. And it's just like, oh, Mary, I'm with you. And she always comes out with a song that you need at that point in time. And I felt like maybe Mary might know at this time I need this record. You know what I mean? And it's like nobody can touch my heart like Mary does. You know what I mean? But I love the joint. Definitely, y'all, if y'all could definitely check out the Royalty Tour with her and Nas, I would recommend it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be there on the 29th at the arena getting my life. So hopefully you guys will catch it. But no, it's on all streaming platforms. Check it out. And that is the first joint on Current R&B Bangers that's coming from the Queen, Miss Mary J. Blige. And that is No. All right. Hey. Oh, ooh, my boy, PJ Morton. This is my guy right here. Like, I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm about to put a stamp on it right now. Let me just, I'm gonna put a stamp on it. He is really our Stevie Wonder of our generation. I don't care if Stevie Wonder is still alive. You know what I'm saying? Prayers going out to him because you know he gotta go into the hospital and, deal with what he's dealing with. But at the end of the day, I feel like he is really the Stevie Wonder of our generation. Like, and I remember when I did this other podcast that I was doing, I told him that when he came on the show, and I told him, I said, PJ, you really give me, Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? You really, really do. And I told him that. So for me to address that to him, and for him to continue to keep giving me that, you know what I'm saying? Giving me Stevie Wonder vibes, but still being PJ Morton, it's just dope, you know what I mean? And I'm so happy that he finally got that Grammy, because I was so mad when he didn't get it for Gumbo, but he got it for Gumbo Unplugged. So I'm so happy he's a Grammy winner, and he's so respected. And oh my God, I need to go to his concert. Now I told PJ, I was like, yo, when we was doing the podcast, and I was like, yo, remember me? I'm gonna be the one with the red cup, you know what I'm saying, with the yellow glasses. Like, remember me. And I still haven't got a chance to go to his concert. And they said it is an experience when you go to his concert. So on the 20th of December, he's gonna be in Silver Springs. I gotta go. I'm going to check out that concert. I gotta see him live, man. That's how dope he is. But I was so happy, he was coming out with a new album. So I was like, oh yes, PJ's coming out with a new one, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about time, because he came out with Gumbo in 2017. So I was like, okay, he got a new album coming out, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do this, you know what I'm saying? Oh God, what the heck going on? So I was like, okay, so then he put up the song For Ready, which is the song you hear in the background, and I was like, okay, I like it because it gives you the 80s vibe. And him vocally, it's like his tone is like Stevie, so he's always gonna give you that. But then he gave me, of course he put that kind of trap undertone under it, so this new generation can kind of connect to it. So I was like, okay, PJ, I can dig it. So he said he was coming out with his new album entitled Paul. And after somebody has come off a smash like Gumbo, I was just like, oh, where is it gonna go? Even though I like Ready, you know what I mean? But I'm like, where he going with it? All I have to say is I gotta put my stuff down for this. PJ, you did it, brother. Yes, indeed. I'm sorry, I had to put my stuff down. I had to give him the hand clap because Paul, he did it, man. Like, he really did it. And I'm loving that we're going back to these 10-track albums. Him and Jonte Austin and what's his name? Devin Morrison and Anderson .Paak, and we're going, and it's still good. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me these 10 songs and they whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really, really happy with this album, Paul, and he really did it. Like, he got some dope joints on there. Like, of course, you hear Ready in the background. Practicing is the new single that he has out right now. He just put the video out today. Kid Again, love that joint. Built for Love with him and Jasmine Sullivan, a beautiful duet. He got another duet that I talked about here on Current R&B Bangers, which was with him and JoJo, with Say So. Connected to me, and I was just sitting here like, why is the tears falling? I felt like when I listened to First Begin, and I told him that I literally started crying, and with this song, Don't Let Go, it really touched me, and I thought it was such a dope song. But I said, you know, the song that I felt like I wanted to talk about was a song that I feel like is needed right now. I know we like to party, and I know we like that, but I also feel like we need a message in our music. Yeah, we having the hot girl summer and the hot boy summer and all this kind of stuff, but we also need stuff that really talks to you and tell you what's really going on in the world, which again gives me Stevie, you know what I'm saying? And when you listen to this album, I'm gonna say this album gives me where I'm coming from. It gives me the fulfilling this first finale, and it's giving me a little bit of Talking Book. So those three albums together is really giving me the Paul album for real. But I love that he has this song called Buy Back Our Block. And I was like, I gotta talk about this song because I feel like right now we're in a space where we really need to really get things that's ours, and we really gotta take our block back. Like, we really do, you know what I'm saying? And if we gonna do something, own it, you know what I'm saying? If we gonna purchase something, own it. Don't let nobody else own it. Own yours, you know what I'm saying? So I thought this was a powerful record, and out of all the songs I said off the Paul album, I said let me talk about this. So second joint of Current R&B Bangers is Buy Back the Block, and this is by PJ Morton. And here we go. It's definitely a sing-along, like Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud, because you definitely got to sing along to this joint. So, here we go.
Let's do it, young. We gotta buy back the block. Buy back the block.
Hey! We gotta buy back the block.
I said,
We all we got, man. We need to, like, this is what we need in our music, and I feel like this is how you talk to the young generation. Give them a beat. Like, you can still rock to it, you know what I'm saying? But it's still giving you a message, like, this is what you need to do. You know what I mean? So this song is dope, for real. The whole album is dope. I recommend it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Paul is on all streaming platforms. Please support this man, because I'm telling you, PJ Morton is so dope. He's one of the dopest artists out right now, and I'm such a fan of him. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna not try. I'm gonna go to his concert because I need to experience this, because they said it's like a religious experience, and it's definitely the truth. Because coming from his father, come on now, if y'all know his father, because my grandma knows his father. You know what I mean? So like that, like, I can't wait to get to the concert. But y'all check out Paul, but Buy Back the Block. Just listen to the message, it's so dope. And that's the second joint of Current R&B Bangers, and that's coming from PJ Morton. Is Buy Back the Block. Alrighty, alright. Oh man, love this song right here. I love this whole album, and I'm talking about my boy Devin Morrison. Now, he still has my favorite album of 2000. Ever since I've heard it since I have to say March. I have been jamming to it. I love it that much. Like this album, nobody's in front of this album. Now I have some a lot of good albums this year, but this still has to be my favorite. I talked about on this show. I talked about With You. I talked about Guaranteed. I talked about No. And then you hear Call in the background. You know what I'm saying? Because this sounds so good in this with We Are King. Like, y'all, just check out this album for real. Like, this album is like in heavy daily rotation for me. And if you watch current R&B bangers, you can see how many times I done talked about it. But you know, so I've been jamming to this album like crazy. So my brother Sin hit me up, was like, yo, you know, Devin Morrison got a new joint. I'm like, already? I'm like, are you serious? Already? And he like, yeah, like he got a new joint out. And I'm like, are you sure it's not part of the album? It could be a remix or something. And he like, nah, it's a new joint. And he sent it to me on SoundCloud, and he put it out a day before my birthday. Now, y'all know I took off a couple of days because I had to get myself together, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I had to party a little bit. It was my birthday. You know what I mean? So I didn't get to talk about it. But I was like, yo, I gotta talk about this joint, because then I was listening to it last week. And I was like, why didn't I talk about it on Current R&B Bangers last week? What was wrong with me? But I was like, I wrote it down in my book, was like, yo, I gotta talk about this joint. New joint is entitled Tommy Strong. And when you hear it, it has that Devin Morrison sound. You know what I mean? And he worked with, I hope I pronounced the guy's name right. His name is Fitz Ambrose. And I guess it's a album that they're doing together, or whatever, but I think this song just has the Devin Morrison sound, and if you're a fan of him, you'll understand why. But this joint, Tommy Strong, is it, and I was like, I'm gonna talk about it. So here's the third joint of Current R&B Bangers. It's coming from Devin Morrison, and here is Tommy Strong. Now, here we go. All right. You know exactly where I work. You know exactly where I work. You know exactly where I work. Oh God, that song. See, like if you know Devin Morrison, you know that vibe. You know what I'm saying? And if you know the hook, you should know where he got this from. You know exactly where I work. And if you're a diehard Morton fan like me, it makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know the song, if you know Tommy Strong, you get the title and you get the hook. Like, it works. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. And what made this song even dope, I don't want to say even doper because that's not the right English, even though it sounds right. But what made this doper was the fact that he made the video and he dedicated to Tommy Ford. And he, like, the way he did it, it's just so dope. I'm going to put in the more info box, and it's like clips from, you know, Tommy Ford character playing Tommy Strong. And, like, it's so dope, man. And it just made the song just so much brighter. You know what I mean? And I just think it's dope. And like I said, it has that you know, Devin Morrison vibe. So I recommend it, y'all. It's on all streaming platforms. He put it on his SoundCloud page first. And then, you know, he put it to all streaming platforms. So I definitely will check it out. But like I said, I'm gonna put that video in the more info box so y'all can understand where Tommy Strong and all that kind of comes from. But yo, this joint is dope. And this is the third joint of Current R&B Bangers. This is Tommy Strong, and this is from Devin Morrison. I was about to say Tommy Strong, and this is from Tommy Strong. Ooh, Lord, this club soda. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Now, the next artist, he's actually a new artist. He's a new artist that I actually found, which is so crazy to me because we've been following each other on Twitter forever. Oh my God. I'm talking about Terrence Leon, and he is from Austin, Texas. And it's crazy because we've been following each other on Twitter. Like, we've been back and forth for a long time. And I never knew, like, he was a real artist. So one day he sent me his music. He was like, yo, I want you to check it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. Like, send me your music. I'll listen to it. You know what I'm saying? If it's really dope, I'm going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And when I listened to it, I was like, oh, my God. This is a dope R&B album. Like, for real. Like, it still has that current swag to it, but it's still the essence of R&B, and I really, really enjoyed this. So I was like, yo, I'm going to talk about it. So I was like, yo, let me try to find a bio on him, but, you know, he working on that right now. But I got a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he is from Austin, Texas, and he's coming from the church. That's where all singers, real singers, come from. You know what I'm saying? He's in a choir and a band. And now his musical influences is Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Shaka Khan, Tweet, Avant, and Brandy. So when I listened to his album, I said it made sense because I'm hearing those in there. But again, he also what I also learned about him, that he ghost wrote for a couple of people, you know what I'm saying? But he professionally started his music in 2015. And now in February, he released his album, The Richest Man In Babylon. And like I said, this is a great R&B album. And ever since last week, I've been jamming to it. That's how dope it is. Because you know how this generation, you love to say the vibe and these vibes and all that. This album is a vibe, but it's a good album. You know what I mean? And like, if you're a fan of Tweet and you're a fan of Avant and you're a fan of kind of like the artistry of Sam Cooke, you will understand this album when you listen to it because it's that smooth. You know what I'm saying? And a couple joints. Russian Cream, the production is different, but I'm here for the background vocals. And you could tell that's where he kind of gets the Brandy from. You know what I mean? Because Brandy is serious when it comes to her background vocals. You know what I'm saying? And the stacking and all that. And he did that on Russian Cream. He did a duet with LaShawn. Her name is LaShawn. And I know her from, she did a duet, Stolen Moments, with Gene Noble. So when I saw her on there and they did a duet and they entitled Simple, I was like, okay, now I was like, I know that voice from somewhere. Who is this? And when I saw her name, I said, oh, I remember her. I knew that voice from somewhere. But it was a nice duet. And Paradise, it opened up like a Prince Purple Rain type of ballad to me. And then it gave me like a little rock edge to it. But then after that, I got Bilal flavor from it. Like, I really got like a Bilal type of artistry on it. And I was like, yo, this is dope. And that's how he ended the album. But it was a song that I could not stop playing on this album that I was like, yo, I gotta talk about this joint. And it's titled, is track 3, and it's titled Think About Me Still. And it's soulful, y'all, but it still has a knock to it. And that's what I really enjoyed about it. You know what I mean? I was like, I gotta talk about that song because at the end of the day, y'all know, listen, I am an R&B head, but I'm a soul head to the heart. And if you got a soul joint and it hits, and this joint hit to me, and I was like, I gotta talk about it. So here's the 4th joint of current R&B bangers. This is entitled Think About Me Still, and this is from Terrence Leon. It goes a little something like this. Here we go. Just listen to it, y'all. Such a vibe. Here we go.
Every day it rains down on me, right on me, yeah. Do you think I'm coming still?
Dun dun dun. Bring it back. I love that. And like I said, he's dope, like with that airy background. And then you hear that soul, but you still hear that knock in it. And that's what I really like about the song. Like y'all, I really recommend y'all listen to this dude's album because to me, it's really, really a vibe, and it's really a good vibe and a nice R&B vibe. You know what I mean? And that's why I said I'm gonna talk about it. And this song, actually, do you still think about me still? This really kind of gives me, the way he's attacking this, it kind of gave me a little bit of When a Man Loves a Woman type of vibe. Like, I got that, but then I got a Prince vibe, and then I got a Bilal vibe. Like, I got all of that. And it's still kind of sensual for real, like the Bilal and Prince flavor that you get, but that soul of, Sam Cooke and Otis Redding is in there, and that's what I liked about the joint, for real, for real. But definitely check out Terrence Leon's album. The album is called The Richest Man In Babylon. It's on all streaming platforms. I recommend it. Y'all tell me what you think about it in the more info box, for real, but definitely support, you know what I mean? And listen, I'm going to talk about your music. If it's good, you know what I mean, and I like it, I'm going to talk about it. So definitely, y'all, check out Terrence Leon and tell me what y'all think about it. But that's the last joint of current R&B bangers that's coming from Terrence Leon, and that is Think About Me Still. All right, y'all. Well, those are your 4 joints for the week, coming from Mary J. Blige. And no, we're coming with Devin Morrison, and it is Tommy Strong. We coming with PJ Morton's Buy Back the Block, and Terrence Leon with Think About Me Still. Now, those joints are showing y'all that R&B is alive and well, and y'all got so different sounds, you know what I'm saying? But it's still R&B music. It still make you groove. It still got a vibe to it. Don't let mainstream fool y'all with the foolery about R&B being dead, because it's alive and well, and it's in the DNA and all music, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know how I like to do. I like to get out of here, you know what I'm saying? Because I talk about so many new songs. I like to get out with a classic for sure. But this one is kind of a little sentimental, because this Friday we are at the year anniversary of the passing of the Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin, and her music is so, really, really a big part of my life, you know what I mean? Like, everybody in my family loved Aretha. We loved her. She's one of the best singers of all time. I call her the GOAT. When it comes to you having a favorite, because my favorite is Gladys Knight, but Aretha Franklin is the GOAT. You know what I mean? Even Gladys will tell you that. Like, she is the GOAT, and you know what I'm saying? And this lady has so much music. She crossed so many genres. She, many careers was built on her back. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aretha was it. And, when I first heard the news, I broke down. I really, really broke down. She was one of the deaths that really, really hit me. You know what I mean? And I remember doing a video the day before, and I was praying for her, and I was like, yo, Aretha gonna make it. She gonna be all right. And then the next day she passed, and it was really, really sad. You know what I mean? But I have a lot of Aretha albums, a lot of Aretha 8 tracks. Like, that's how much, my family really loved Aretha. And I was like, you know what, with this last video, and I know the anniversary is this Friday, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna go out with a classic Aretha Franklin song, R.I.P. to her. Aretha, her music will never, never die. You know what I mean? Like, when you're doing a 60s, a 70s, a 80s, a 90s, a 2000s mix, a R&B mix, Aretha has to be on there. That's just the bottom line. So I want to go out with this classic by the Queen, and R.I.P. to her. And I will see you guys back next week. And here we go.
I love you, baby, 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 I love you. Ain't no doubt about it, baby, I love you. Baby, 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 I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, baby, I love you.
Hi, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.